Trump breaking news. Walz Stumps in Pennsylvania, Vance discusses border in Arizona. J.D. Vance discusses border security in Phoenix. Dem Tim Walz is visiting Erie, Pennsylvania, a battleground state both parties consider essential. Updates on the presidential race. On his second day campaigning in Arizona this week, former President Donald J. Trump's running mate, Senator J.D. Vance of Ohio, is discussing the border in Phoenix. On Wednesday in Mesa, Mr. Vance called unauthorized migrants the biggest threat to American labor in this country. The Trump campaign sees border security as a political benefit. On Thursday at the Economic Club of New York, finance titans may have wanted to hear how former President Donald J. Trump would lead the nation into the age of AI, private spaceflight, and self-driving electric automobiles. Instead, Mr. Trump spoke extensively about William McKinley and tariffs' ability to fix a nation nearing economic disaster. The former president typically referred to 19th-century policies rather than 21st-century ones. On his virtual visit at the Republican Jewish Coalition today, Miriam Adelson presented Donald Trump. Adelson, a Republican megadonor whose late husband, Sheldon Adelson, was the group's primary funder, has committed $100 million to a super PAC supporting Trump's candidacy, although Trump has been antagonistic to some of its more establishment-minded leaders. Adelson praised Trump on stage without animosity. "He's our best pal. He'll save us. I'm eager for him to enter the White House and save Jews. They will try to preserve themselves, but we need America and President Trump, whom I now call my friend," she said. And maybe he's proud I'm his friend. J.D. Vance visited a Phoenix Trump campaign field office before his address today. Vance answered campaign volunteers' questions about Project 2025, the conservative agenda document the Harris campaign has linked to Trump. While Vance assured supporters that nobody speaks for Donald J. Trump but for Donald J. Trump, Trump does favor some Project 2025 policies. The Harris campaign routinely touts his Project 2025 promise to shut down the federal education department. The Teamsters Union wants to meet with Vice President Kamala Harris on September 16, but her team has not confirmed it. Harris will meet with Union President Sean O'Brien and members, the union said. One of the largest unions has not endorsed a presidential contender. In July, O'Brien spoke at the Republican National Convention and criticized former President Donald J. Trump. He suggests the Teamsters may back Harris. In a Wisconsin speech on clean energy investments, President Biden regretted the branding of his key climate policy, the Inflation Reduction Act. Democrats titled the package to address concerns about rising prices, a major political vulnerability. It funds billions of dollars for clean energy development but does not reduce inflation. Biden said it was the biggest climate change law ever. "We should have called it what it was, but anyway." He acknowledges this while pitching Vice President Kamala Harris as his successor and trying to sell their administration's economic and climate investments, something his White House has struggled to do. The pair's first stop in Erie was a Harris-Walz field office, one of 50 the campaign has opened across the state to increase margins in November. Walz rallied volunteers in Lancaster on Wednesday by emphasizing the need to fight climate change, preserve healthcare choices, and implement gun safety regulations. "I say it as a gun owner, veteran, and hunter, none of our proposals violate your Second Amendment rights. Infringing on this is our children going to school and being killed," referring to the Georgia school shooting. "This is unacceptable and unnecessary. We conclude with voting. Finally, we envision a better America.